Jesus had a heart for the outcast of his time, the leper, the lame, the demon possessed, etc. Do we have the heart for the outcasts of our time as he commands? Those people have not gone away. They have evolved. Nowadays, we have people in institutions, hospitals, psych wards, and homeless shelters. This is where legion and countless other unclean spirits thrive, and I got to experience it firsthand. I first encountered a spirit spouse which I believe was oppressing both a mother and her teenage daughter. The first sign came when the daughter came for the first time to spend the weekend with her mother, who I shared a room with. They came in late, around 11 p.m., and the first thing the daughter wants to do instead of going to sleep is take a long bath. Not a shower, a bath. I thought that was a little peculiar, and it only got worse because every weekend, all 3 days, that is all the daughter did, and not just once, but several times a day. I was extremely annoyed because I would have to go find another bathroom to use while she took her long baths. But things changed when I learned the reason she was doing this. She would let a young man watch while she bathed, and she would perform for him. A few days later, I also learned the reason the mother would moan in her sleep. She would go to sleep listening to erotic novels, and I believe this opened a door to the demonic, not just for her, but also for her daughter. I actually got to see the spirit spouse sitting on her bed one night when it visited her while she slept. The next encounter came at a TSA in Lexington, where I was sharing a room with a woman who was very narcissistic. Even though she gave me a hard time, I was led to pray for her one evening. Later that night, I saw a dark shadow float past my door and move towards the exit. It looked as though it was just passing through, but the next thing I know, this thing is next to my bed and it starts to choke me. I was startled and couldn't pray, but what happened next came as a surprise. I started laughing and the spirit disappeared. Lexington felt very heavy and dark spiritually, and I found the spirits that contribute to narcissism very prevalent in that city. I also believe that there is a correlation between unclean spirits and the uncleanliness of those places, homeless shelters. The shelters I visited were for the most part very dirty and smelly. I also noticed that the people who stay there don't seem to care about the uncleanliness and don't bother cleaning up after themselves. This point became more obvious at the TSA in Tyler, where I had to share a room with a woman who would urinate in a bucket in the room instead of going to the bathroom. She also did not like to take showers or baths. Instead, she would wipe herself down with baby wipes, and not very often. Another woman in the room does not shower often, and her body odor is so strong that I could smell it from my side of the room. Personal hygiene is not the only issue I noticed at that shelter. I noticed women praying to the Santa Muerte, others screaming profanities at the mirror, and so many others who are angry and blame everyone else for their misfortunes. And this is just what I experienced. Very little when compared to the numbers in every city and town in the country. I know that I would never have been able to learn about this issue had I not had the need for such a place, and I feel that that is how it is for most people. The worst part is that this is the reason why a lot of souls are being lost to the enemy. Ignorance about the problem. The thing is, I don't believe the problem is material. These people don't just need money or a house. They need deliverance and spiritual guidance. This brings me to my next point. I feel that Christian leaders don't care enough about these people. It seems like these leaders, the famous men of God, have their own agenda, and it does not include the homeless. It is clear that they would rather have their picture taken with Diddy than with someone who is homeless. This might be due to the fact that someone like Diddy has the ability to tithe, whereas the homeless do not. Jesus would never put money, fame, comfort, or power over souls, and neither should we as followers of Christ.